Let's get started here. If just want to double check the audio. Welcome. And my name is Chris. I'm with Palau Dive Adventures. We're your hosts today for what's happening in Palau 2019, why it's shaping up to be the one of the best years to visit Palau. We're going to go in depth and explain that for you. And just so that you know, this is live. Here I am. And get to the next slide here. I am here with Rutger is next to me. Say hi, Rutger.
Hi guys, what's up?
Rutger, as I like to say it, is the mad tech scientist behind the scenes. He makes everything work so that it is nice and clear for the tech side of things. So that's his expertise, and hopefully it's seamless for all of you. So I always like to, we like to have all of you participate as much as possible, ask questions. There's a chat window on the side here. Go ahead, ask any questions away. Also, from time to time, I'm going to put up some polls and ask you some questions. So we're going to launch our first poll here and kind of get a feel for where you're tuning in from, what your interests in Palau are, and things like that. So take a quick look at the poll, and if you don't mind answering those 3 questions that are there. So we got a lot of people from North America tuning in, which is usually the case. Very cool. A couple people from Europe. And a lot of people planning on a trip to Palau coming up in the next year or 2. All righty. Looks like nobody's been to Palau. That's fine. So that helps me kind of tailor what I say today to those who haven't been, and I'll spend a little bit more time on some of the basics today. Cool. All right, let me share the poll results with you real quickly. Awesome. So, okay, nobody's been to Palau before. All righty. All right, let's dig into this. And again, if you have any questions, just pop it up on the chat window on your screen there, and we'll be sure to answer your questions. Let me turn off my video. I think you've seen enough of me for now. Okay, so what's going to be covered today? As promised, the main points are going to be basically why I believe 2019 will be one of the best years to visit Palau in the last couple years. And really the main reason I say that is because, for one, Jellyfish Lake has reopened. It's also, if you're a World War II history buff, it's the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Palau, and that's going to be in September 2019. So there'll be a wreath laying ceremony and a couple other events tailored around that. We'll go in more in depth on that a little bit later on this webinar. It's also the 25th anniversary of Palau's independence, so Independence Day for Palau. We'll also go over, since nobody's been to Palau, we'll do a quick overview of where Palau is, when the best time to visit, things like that, visibility, things like that. If anybody's looking to book a trip in the next year or 2, we're going to offer what I like to call the mega crazy wazoo package, for free for anybody who books at the end. And we'll kind of explain that for those of you who are interested there. Okay. So quickly, just real briefly, who we are. Again, Palau Dive Adventures. It's founded by Jason Maluchlu on the right there. He's a local Palauan, and his motto has always been, we think smaller is better and way better. So we just take one group of people out for diving. It's a fixed schedule, Monday through Friday. So it's the same group all week long. That's a picture of our boat there. It's basically we plan out a nice schedule for the whole week. And as such, keeping our group small, we are the only 5-star rated dive shop in Palau. We're pretty proud of that. And we've taken a lot of input from our past guests to get to where we are today. So that's a little bit who we are. Okay, so nobody's been to Palau yet. Let me go over real quickly how to get to Palau. So as you can see, all of the little dots in yellow are going to be hubs to get in. So easy way in to Palau is going to be through Guam, South Korea, Taiwan, Taipei, or Manila. Philip, you said you're from Australia. Probably, that's kind of, if you can get to Manila or you can get to Taipei, those are good connections. One airline people don't always think too much about is China Airlines, and they are a great connection. They fit in with our Monday through Friday schedule. You leave your country on a Thursday night, Friday morning type deal, land in Palau on Saturday. You get a day of rest, and we start diving on Monday. So traditional route was into Guam. Also some exciting news. We're hoping looks like there's some movement to get the route back directly from Tokyo into Palau. There's also a private charter airline that is doing the Yap to Palau direct flights, and we can discuss that more down the line. So everybody always, is one of the most popular questions right here that people ask us is, when is the best time to visit Palau? So Palau is basically broken up into 2 seasons. There's a rainy season and there's a rainier season. So being in the tropics, we get a lot of rain in Palau. So just think, if you've been to Hawaii before or something not as close to the equator, we get a lot of showers in the afternoon. But a little bit drier time to come visit is October to June. The diving is always epic in Palau. It's consistently awesome diving. And I'm not going to go too much into all the dive sites and what we have in Palau, because there's a separate webinar we've done, and we're going to provide you a link for that down the road. But I'm sorry, we're going to provide the link, not down the road. We're going to provide it to you tomorrow. So you get an email 24 hours after this webinar. It's going to have it's a replay of a webinar we did in the past of what the top 7 dive sites are of Palau. Also, how to get to Palau. We do go more in depth with a replay of a past webinar on that as well. But for now, basically, October to June, the best months. Average water temperature in Palau is 82 to 85 degrees, 100 feet of visibility. And the average depth on our dives is 60 to 80 feet. There are a couple swim throughs or deeper spots where for a few minutes we'll hit the 100 foot depth of diving. You can see in this photo right here, everybody's on their safety stop there. The person deploying the safety sausage, that's one of our lead guides, Christian. Really awesome guy there. People love diving with him. Okay, so why visit in 2019? So if you haven't heard, Palau is home to Jellyfish Lake, where you can swim with millions of jellyfish that don't sting. The lake was actually closed in 2016. There's a big die-off in the lake due to El Nino, a drought. And in 2018, November, the lake reopened. So we're really happy to have this lake back. It's a fantastic experience. And this lake is part of our 5-day dive package. That's included if you book with us. We also will send you a link in the email we'll send you tomorrow. We'll have the link on the whole lowdown on this lake. Any questions on Jellyfish Lake? Just pop it in the chat there real quick, and it'll give Rucker something to do and instead of just staring at me. Okay, so the other really big reason to come visit is Palau Island and the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Palau. The ceremony is going to be September 15th, 2019. They'll have, you know, obviously dignitaries from the United States, World War II veterans, and they'll have a nice ceremony for that. I got a quick question from Janice. Is there an extra fee for Jellyfish Lake? It's included in our package. There's an extra permit fee. So the permit as it stands right now to do Jellyfish Lake in the main dive area is $100 for that. And of course, Jellyfish Lake is only a snorkel. It's not diving in the lake because there is a toxic layer at depth. So again, we'll provide you a link on Jellyfish Lake, and you can kind of go into a lot of depth on the stratification of that lake, but that's a little bit too much for today. Okay, also there is the 25-year Independence Day celebration going on for the Republic of Palau. That will take place on October 1st, 2019. The Palauans, just like you know, the United States, love to have fireworks and throw a nice big Independence Day celebration. So I'm sure we'll have a nice party to go to for that. A couple other reasons I'm a little bit excited again for 2019 is more flights. The Tokyo direct flight should be coming online with Delta and Japan Airlines pretty soon. There's a new hotel that is completed construction, Palau Central, and that's a good like mid-range budget oriented hotel. They have Wi-Fi throughout the hotels. The rooms look great, really nice restaurant below as well. I toured it in December, and that's just a great option to stay there. Just in case anybody's kind of wondering, like a 7-night, 5-day dive package, double occupancy, Palau Central Hotel, you're looking somewhere around $1,600-1,700. So super reasonable there. Another reason is the mantas have been super consistent in German Channel lately. So it's another reason for the last couple months, they've been coming in larger numbers than what we're used to in Palau. So another reason I'm excited for 2019. Jason's motto for us, and our motto has really been come as guests, leave as family. That's definitely true. We're super fortunate to have a lot of guests that we've become very close to. And let's just face it, anytime you're on a boat with other people for a week, sharing the same interests of diving, adventure, things like that, those bonds really do last a lifetime. The people I was on a boat with as a guest in Palau in 2006, I'm still in contact with them, and it's just a really neat experience overall with those bonds. Any questions you guys have right now? Doing okay? Ed, go ahead. You got a question? Any other good hotels from Anita? Yeah, Palau Pacific Resort, Palau Royal Resort. Another great question. I'm not 100% sure when Delta flight will resume straight out of Tokyo. I know it's coming pretty soon there. And Ed asks, is Christian still a dive master with us? He's actually an instructor now, so we're super stoked on that. So this past summer, he went to his instructor schooling for that. Okay. Rutger dropped a link on some of the other hotels that we recommend there. All right. So Palau's absolutely a life-changing adventure. If you want to, I won't go into how it's changed my life and basically for the positive in so many different ways, but it will change your life if you go to Palau. There's just no other way around it. I know it changed Rutger's life. It's an amazing place to go to and check out. Kind of winding down here a little bit. Let's get to the next slide. So I know this is kind of a random question here, but who are your favorite rock stars? That's my question for you right now. Just pop it in the on the chat window there. I might even share a poll. Let's do a little poll again. I like the polls. Let's see if I can get back to a poll. Here we go. Little did you ever think that watching a webinar on Palau, this question would be asked. Who is your favorite? Ooh, Jimi Hendrix, nice. Didn't put Jimi Hendrix on there, shoot. Stevie Ray Vaughan, cool. Wow, a lot of Metallica fans, huh? Van Halen, Queen, Rolling Stones, Guns N' Roses. Bob Seger, cool. Some Journey fans, nice. Zeppelin. A couple more people got a vote. Billy Joel, Elton John. Kevin, I've got to agree with you. I like Iron Maiden as well. Linda Dingle. LSD, it's good to see you here. Bob Seger, very cool. Let's see who's gonna, Led Zeppelin is leading our poll right now. Oh, Rolling Stones leading.
Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi, let's see how many people got Bon Jovi. 10%, It's My Life. I like that song. All right, let's end this poll and let's share the results with all of you. There you go. So looks like number one is Rolling Stones, 33%. Coming in with Led Zeppelin, number two. So why do we ask that random question, $1 million question? So at Palau Dive Adventures, our favorite rock stars are our guests, are you. So we always want to really make sure that you have the best possible time in Palau. And that's why we like to keep Palau Dive Adventures, AKA PDA, as small as possible. So we want to treat you like rock stars when you come to Palau. And this is a package with a value of over $750. We're going to give it to you for free. And what the Rockstar package entails on top of our 5-day dive package is we're going to give you an aerial tour for 2 people as part of it, night dive for 2 people, and a dinner voucher for 2 at Kramer's Restaurant. So one of my favorite restaurants in Palau, great place to go hang out after diving. And the great thing is, all we're asking is for a $200 deposit for with no expiration for a future trip. That locks you in. The aerial tour's in there. And so what this is for, 2 people have to book this. If you're a single person, please find a dive buddy. There's no expiration date on this. Unfortunately, we will not give a refund because we only have 5 of these packages available. But if for whatever reason something happens to you and you can't go in the next 1, 2, or 3 years, you can transfer it to somebody else. So if you'd like to book this, Rutger is going to drop a link in Messenger and right here in the chat window, and you can just follow the prompts on that. Again, 5 packages, and every webinar we've had, we've actually sold out of these definitely within an hour. So you don't need your exact dates. You just got to want to be able to go in the next 1 or 2 years. So any questions for me? And I'll open this up to all of you guys on here. Oh, Robert, do you get the trip extra if you've already paid in full? We'll give you that. Since you've attended today, I will add that to your reservation, no cost. Thanks already for booking with us. Of course, we'll add that on, no problem. The best way to get a hold of me, us, is if you like to talk to somebody about an actual trip to Palau, then give me a jingle. Again, my name's Chris. I'm at a Los Angeles phone number, Los Angeles time zone in the USA. There's the phone number, 310-321-2558. I'm text friendly, call friendly, all the above. Reservations at PalauDiveAdventures.com. That's Grace. Basically answers that email, and she's in Palau. We do our best to get back to you in 24 hours on all emails there. Mana season is all the time, Perry. They're not in we don't keep them on a leash or anything like that, so we can't guarantee you're going to see them. But again, they've been super consistent lately, so good chance you'll see them. I got a question, what package have to be bought, 5 days of diving or other options? Has to be a 5-day dive package for the Rockstar add-on for 2 people.